Hi everyone, my name is Seth, and after watching the news the past week and a half after the tragedy in Tucson, I have a couple of insights I'd like to share on what happened there. I know there's going to be a lot of discussion in the upcoming weeks about what we should do to prevent something horrible like that from ever happening again, and I'd like to share what I think about it. First things first though, I think we need to standardize some phraseology. There's a lot of people who are going to get involved in this debate who aren't shooters. They don't spend their free time at the range. They don't own guns. They don't like guns, and that's fine. But to be involved in the debate, I think you need to understand at least the basics of what you're talking about when you're talking about guns. So the first thing a lot of people are talking about is the large magazine that the shooter used in Tucson. And so we're going to talk about magazines and clips for a minute. First, this is a clip. The black thing on the edge here is a clip. It holds bullets together. That's all it does in convenient groups. This one's 10. What you do with a clip is you load a magazine. This is a magazine for a rifle, and magazines have springs in them. That's basically what makes them different. So what you do with a clip is you put bullets into a magazine. That's the difference between a clip and a magazine. Clips load magazines. There are a couple rare guns out there. I want to say not rare as in hard to get, but rare as in there's only a couple guns that you load clips directly into the gun. Most guns you load clips into magazines, and then you load magazines into guns. So that's the difference between a clip and a magazine. So when we're talking about limiting high capacity magazines, we don't want to talk about limiting high capacity clips because there's really no point to that. The clip just loads the magazine and the magazine loads the gun. So it's very important to be clear on that. Second, what's a high capacity magazine? You saw that magazine there, that's 30 rounds. Some people say that's high capacity. For a rifle that size, when you're hunting or outside shooting for sport, 30 rounds goes by pretty quick. I want to talk about that, not about massacres. Obviously, you don't want people to shoot any rounds of massacres, especially 30. But when you're going through 30 rounds in a rifle like that, that's pretty quick. Now, if you have a small gun, like this little handgun here, 30 rounds is a lot. 30 rounds would come out to about here. The magazine designed for this only holds 10. But, okay, so now we have 10, we have 30. What's high capacity? This one's 13. Is it high capacity because it sticks out of the bottom? Maybe. So that's something we need to talk about. Do we want to limit him, a shooter, from having a high capacity magazine? Well, we'd like to try. So first thing we're going to try and do is we're going to make it illegal. And let's assume, just for a second, that making it illegal actually makes it hard to get. Just like making marijuana illegal made it hard to get. So I can't get a high capacity magazine for this gun. Well, if I'm crazy and I really want to kill a bunch of people, I have some other options open to me. I can get 2 guns. Now I can carry just short of the same amount as in the high capacity magazine, and I have 2 guns. And that actually makes it a little harder to take me down. But brave citizens that tackled him would only have maybe one way to approach from instead of the 3 if he's shooting in one direction. So I don't really think that would work because 1, it wouldn't actually make them hard to get, and 2, it would make him more dangerous, in my opinion, if he just went out and got 2 guns. Some people say, well, now it costs more. Well, if I'm crazy and I'm ready to die, I'll put it on my credit card. That easy. The second thing a lot of people are talking about is the 1,000-foot rule for the congressman. Should there be a no-gun zone 1,000 feet from congressmen? Again, for the sake of argument, we're going to assume that having a 1,000-foot no-gun zone would actually stop a crazed killer from bringing a gun within 1,000 feet of someone. I'm sure if Tommy Lee Loeffner saw a 1,000-foot sign, he would not go, I can't get close enough, gotta go home. But let's say he did. Let's say for some reason you cared about that. That goes more than 1,000 feet, and I can still get it. And there's guns, plenty of them. Just about any rifle will go more than 1,000 feet accurately. So again, it's not really effective for multiple reasons. So if we can't keep him from getting the guns that he would need, or get close enough that he would need to start a massacre like this, what can we do? Well, basically the only thing we have left is to catch him before he wants to do that, using the mental health industry. So should we fund mental health? That's up to you to decide. Do you think we have the budget to increase mental health costs? Maybe you think it's more important than anything else, more important than maybe education, more important than roads, more important than a lot of things we're doing. But do you ever think we're really going to catch them all before they do something crazy? I don't think so, because people are crazy because they're unpredictable. You can't predict their outcomes. This assassin had a few warning signs, but he didn't really have a big criminal history. Minor in possession of alcohol and possessing drug paraphernalia. He had a marijuana pipe. Remember how hard it is to get marijuana. That's not really indicative of someone that's going to go on a shooting massacre, to me. He was weird, but there's lots of weird people who don't go on shooting massacres. I think it's hard to tell, and I don't think we'll ever catch all of them. And I don't think we'll keep them from getting their guns, and I don't think they'll stop them. Unfortunately, living in a free society, I just don't think we'll ever be free of crazy people who want to kill people, and there's really not a whole lot we can do about it. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I'll read all your comments. Try and be civil, and try and understand what you're talking about. That's all I ask. So have a good day.